Welcome, everybody. We're here at St. FX here in Antigua, Nova Scotia for the Hockey Nova Scotia High Performance Camp tryouts. It's the U15 male division, first game of 4. A couple of practices already. Looking to up their stock, trying to make the provincial team to play in the Atlantic Challenge Cup during Thanksgiving weekend in October. As we have rotating goalies each period. So for Team White, number 74 is Wyatt Esbaugh from the goals, getting the start. And then Riley Green from Truro, number 7, getting things going here for Team Red. Team Red on your left, of course, and White on your right. As we're underway now, Calvert will take the face-off. And here we go. These players just played a year of U15 major. High button U15 Major League, so high button U15 Major League, so they're headed into their second season. These are 14-year-olds, of course, U15. This would be most of the players' second camp here in Antigonish. Last year, of course, they would have been with U14, which is the game just ended a few moments ago. As here's Calvert to collect the puck. He played for the goals last season. Had 3 shorthanded goals, which is tied for the league. Pretty impressive for a rookie. That's going to be played back. As here in the neutral zone, it's going to be sent in deep. Back to retrieve behind the net. As we'll saucer through the neutral zone, it's going to be picked off by Team Red. Sent in deep by Sam Graves, number 74. Graves played for the Cougars last year up in Sydney, Cape Breton. That's going to be sent in deep. Out to play it is Green. Green uses it for his defense there. Play up the wall. Saucer pass through the middle. Nearly picked up there by McDonald. As McDonald will get the puck first in the corner. Gets bumped into the wall there by Forsyth. That'll be played up ahead, turned over. So here comes Team White. The puck now is Felix McDonald, play for the Wolverines. You can tell by the yellow buckets, pretty distinct color. Let's just see, there's 3 of them out there on the ice. 4 now. Well, this puck is played in deep. A little shoulder check there from Graves. He'll go up the wall. He finds Lincoln McDonald once again. Puck's going to be kept in there. Just battle for it in the corner. So that will come loose. And then the forecheck for Team White is Cohen Little, played for the provincial champion Warewell Bombers, as he has a ring on his finger here at camp. It's going to be played up ahead. Here comes Team White. A little bit of room here. McDonald will shoot on a pie. That's going to be stopped and gloved by Green. First nice save for him today. So out of the 6 goalies here trying out for this U15 team, 3 of them are property of the Novas. One of them was an AP. That's Sean Gillis. And the other 2, of course, Dylan Momberket and Landon Wilson. So a pretty interesting fact, 3 of the 6 top goalies in the province at this age level all come from Antigonish. It's where we are right now. As that's going to be chipped up the head on the left side. Sending that in deep there was Cohen Little. It's going to be played out the wall, pitched at by Miller Cannon, another Cougars player. Sorry, he played for the Gulls last season. That's going to be chipped in deep into Mason Wakeham's corner. Led the rookie defenseman in scoring. Had 24 points as a rookie defenseman. Pretty impressive. Let's see what he can do with this camp and do next season with the Whalers. As puck is bouncing in the neutral ice, McDonald will chip it ahead. Shot from distance there is blocked. As Trip Green now got his shin pad on that, the Valley Wildcats defenseman. So it's going to be played up ahead. So here comes Team Red. With it now is Geyser. Cohen Geyser will hold on to it and shoot one. That will just go past the glove and wide of Esbaugh. That's hit there behind the net. Wakem gets taken down. Red gets possession. That's going to be in the corner now. With it is Austin. Shot up to the point there. That'll be gloved down by Esbaugh. So you saw that all the way. Another whistle here. That was number 78, Luke Williams, the Halifax Wolverines product, letting the point shot go. Easily gloved down by Esbaugh, the goaltender. Puck is dropped. It's going to be play off the wall by number 40, Cash West, a member of the Rangers. A couple of Rangers players here. Got a pretty young team this year in the U15 Major League, looking to improve next season. As puck played behind the net. Looking for Jackson Mood. Mood had a great season, led the rookies in scoring in the U15 Major League in Nova Scotia. Had 42. One of the three Bandits players here. That's going to be taken away by Red. Here comes number 72. That's Bryce Carroll, the lone Harbor Rage defenseman here, the lone player from Cole Harbor. So that's going to be taken away by White now at the dump in. Here comes Brett Cormier, another Bomber player, has a ring on his finger as well. He'll play it in front there. Number 37, Braxton Robertson, another Bandits product. As Red gets possession now, spinning in the corner there was Linus Braun. According to his lead prospects page, Braun, he played for the Cougars last year, but he's from Austria. Or has some family there, but according to his page, that's what it says. So that's going to be played up ahead. Here comes Red. Entering the zone is Camus. Camus centering passes. Picked off. Puck bouncing there as they'll try and clear. Comes loose as Calvert will take over. Calvert trying to go through the feet. Number 73, Connor Grace, another Bombers product there. As that's going to be whistled down for offside. Another thing worth noting here, rotating referees for each period as well. At least there was last game. A few evaluators to watch the refs as well, not just the players. So everyone has eyeballs on them this week, and I'm sure I do as well, as I'm competing for a spot in the lineup next year, I guess you could say. As here comes Team Red with the puck, skating up the ice. As Grace will try and drag through, and he will. Grace still has it there, but nudges off the puck. That's going to be White that will take over now. It's out of the reach. Number 51, that's Asher Sampson from the Halifax Wolverines. Here comes Red now to the left side. As shot doesn't make its way through there. Here comes White to take it the other way. Leading the rush for White is Asher Sampson. And penalty coming up here. See what the call is. Hooking signals the referee. Looks like Jackson Camus will out of the box. Team White. A look on the power play here. Let's see what these guys can do. In this day and age, all the players, they want to be skilled players. They want to be able to produce points. So this is everyone's bread and butter here on the power play. Let's see what they can produce here. That's in the corner with the puck. Team White has it. Played as a down low for Tenwold, the lone Hurricanes representative here at the camp. So that's going to be turned over and cleared down by Red. Out to play it as Esbaugh, but he just misses it. So it's a free puck. Wasn't in the forecheck. Shorthand is Lincoln McDonald, the Truro Bearcat. As he gets the puck, McDonald will shoot one on, and Esbaugh makes a save with a glove. There'll be no rebound. So good shorthanded opportunity for Team Red there. Lincoln McDonald on the forecheck. Another team that was pretty young last year, the Truro Bearcats got a few players here representing their team, so hopefully a better season for them in the future. As off the face-off for, I guess, possession, is they'll take it back in the neutral zone. It's number 77, Oliver McMullen from the Novas. That's going to be sent in deep. Up to play it is Riley Green, off the country singer, the goalie. I had a double take when I saw his name firsthand. That's going to be picked up in the neutral zone. Wakeham will play it back. Pass over across there for Reese Sim. And, of course, Sim is a very popular name in the hockey world, especially around here, but that is not John Sim's son. This is a different Sim. He plays for the Wolverines. So no relation, or at least direct relation to John Sim. It's, of course, Sim won the Memorial Cup with the London Knights a couple weeks ago. Alumni of the U18 High Button Major League is shot off the corner there. Is going to be stopped by Riley Green. I was coming out there to shoot. That one was Jack Shear from Halifax. Going to be sent in deep by net is off there, so I'm going to whistle that down. 13:01 to go here, first period. Still no score here in Antigonish. Well, the face-off with 27 seconds to go on the power play. White unable to produce much offense here on the man advantage. Of course, these players haven't really played with each other a whole lot, so there's not a lot of chemistry out there, but there's 4 games to be played, so I'm sure that will pick up as the week goes on. That will be cleared down the ice. Back to retrieve it for Team White. Sim, or my apologies, that's Nathan McLean from the Bedford Bandits. The 6s looks like 8s on these jerseys, so I might confuse those numbers a bit. As here's McLean. He'll send that one in deep there. Out to play it is Green. Green had that hop over his stick. Looking for in the corner there is Red. It's going to be sent around the net. Going to pick it up is Carroll. Carroll bumping up the wall. Ends on the stick of Jack Taylor, number 92 from the Dartmouth Whalers. Him and Wakeham representing Dartmouth here. And Antigonish, as that's going to be drawn back by White. Played up to the neutral zone, but just out of the reach. And up on the stick of Cohen Geezer. Geezer will pitch it ahead there. Chance here. Here comes Mood. Mood will shoe it on as Bob makes a save. Rebound cleared away by White. Played up the wall. Shep up to himself there. Nice play by number 47. That's Cohen Little. As he'll be turned back at the blue line. Here comes Red now. Nice defensive play by Braxton Robertson to alleviate that chance. So send it back in deep. Here's Red now. He's looking to clear. Sent to the opposite boards. There to pick it up is Sam Graves. Graves puts the brakes on the half wall. Plays it up top. Streaking through with Mood. Mood had his shot blocked. Here comes White now. Going to chip it ahead there, but there on the back check was Trip Greenow. Only roster note is to report of is Evan Sargent Greenwood from the Gulls. He has an upper body injury, so unable to play. Not sure if he's out for the whole weekend, but he's not playing tonight. He came up and talked to us before the game, asking to be mic'd up. All these kids want to see themselves on the screen. A chance here for Red. Out the turnover. Pass in front there to Skates. Loose in the crease there. As Bob makes a save. Comes free up top. Shot from Graves is blocked. Nice block there from number 40. That's 45. That's Liam Hannay. Played behind the net now. Red has possession, a little bit of momentum here. Here's Greenow. Greenow partnered across there for Graves. Shot pass. Tipped in front there as Bob makes a save once again. This time there'll be no rebound. So a good sequence of offense there from Team Red. So a face-off to the right side of number 74 White as Bob, the goaltender. For the draw, puck is dropped. It's going to be sent in deep by Grayson Sears, another goals player. Sears at 40 points. It's a first year in the U15 Major League. So lots expected of him in his second year. A shot from the point there just goes wide. That was shut on by number 78, Luke Williams. As here is Calvert. Calvert will go cross ice. So he'll be picked up. Here comes number 54. There's no name here for him, so we'll have to figure out who that is. Oh, sorry, Cole Rhea. So he played for Maine last year, or he played in Maine. That's why you kind of don't really recognize the maroon equipment there. You're not used to seeing that, as all these players play in the U15 Major League. You kind of tell who they play for based off the distinct colors. So like Wakeham here is the blue, and he passed it over to a guy wearing a pretty bright yellow helmet, number 38. That's Reese Sims, so you can kind of tell who they played for. As here's Wakeham pinching in. They'll send it into the corner. Number 39, Mason Wakeham. And on the forecheck there, that's going to be turned over by Red. And a hit there into the wall. And then on the forecheck, it's going to be played up to the point there. Sim will shoot one, looking for the tip in front there. That's going to be no offside. Now they call it late, as they had to end up, and it was touched, so a bit of a late call. But regardless, it was made. So face-off will be outside the zone. Right to my left here, right in front of the coaches evaluating here as well. As they pump fake the face-off. There it is now. It's going to come straight for Sim. Partner over to Wakeham. Wakeham has it in his feet there, poked away. As here comes Cannon. Miller Cannon gets nudged into the wall there. As puck played behind the net, here's Sim again. Sim will try and poke it free. That's going to be another hit there on the wall. And on the forecheck was Number 34. That's going to be played. So that's 84. Cohen Geezer. Trying to give the right names for all these players. Obviously a crucial game. Trying to make the provincial team, so you want to make sure you say the right names for people watching, as it's going to be another penalty here. Let's see what the call is. Slashing is the indication. And looks like Henrik Tenwold will head of the box. So a red power play coming up here. Their first crack on the man advantage. Jackson Mood out there for this man advantage. Had 42 points, as I mentioned, most by a rookie in the U15 High Button Major League in Nova Scotia. He'll take the face-off against Felix McDonald. Puck dropped. As scrum draw comes free for White. They're looking to clear, and that will be sent down by Nathan McLean. Out to play it is Riley Green. Green leaves it for Graves. Graves finds Carroll. Carroll drops it off for Mood. Here's Jackson Mood putting the moves on his own goal line there. With a poke it ahead. Nice escape there from Mood as he'll enter the puck through the middle of the ice there on his own entry. That's he'll be forced to play towards the corner there as Carroll tried to dump it in. Hit a body puck. It's bouncing in the slot there, but whiffing on that one. In the slot was number 83, Parker Douglas. That's going to be cleared down again by White. Green out to play it once again. Wholesale change for White. They'll send some new penalty killers out there. That's picked up behind the net for Red. Here is Linus Braun. Braun will drop it off for Mood. Mood will enter the zone through the middle. Now on the left side, the righty will put the brakes on. Pass in front there, looking to find a teammate, then they just hit the side of the net. I thought that was in. But Parker Douglas hit the side of the mesh, not the inside of the net. That's going to be thrown towards the goal, but blocked. Scrum for it. Comes loose there. Just escapes the blue line there to pitch it back in as Greenow. This here's Robertson now with some time, short-handed. Robertson will skate it down and then clear it. Picked up by Grace. Grace will backhand one across the ice for Camus. Camus onto the zone through the middle. Camus will fire one on as Bob makes a save once again. And that'll be cleared. No, it stays in as the rebound will be cleared as Esba makes another save. Pretty impressive start for him so far in his first period. As that's going to be picked up in the neutral zone but forced back. Picked up once again by Red as here's number 93. That's Jack Wilmot. Play for the Rangers, of course. You can tell by the red bucket and the red pant shells. As Greena will play it up ahead. Picked up. And there is Harple. Harple will try and dish it off there as penalty's over. Here's Grace. Put the moves on the blue line. Grace leaves it there for Harper. Harple back to Grace. Cross ice pass. Here's Camus. Stone towards the net there, and Esball with the glove once again. Makes the save as he saw that one through traffic. 6:17 to go in the first. Still no score in Antigonish. First game of 4. Not sure what the nerves level is like here today. These players, most of them have been here before last year, U14, but it's still obviously big moments for them. Trying to represent their province later on in October on Thanksgiving weekend at the Atlantic Challenge Cup. As puck comes free in the neutral zone at the face-off, it's going to be sent towards the white zone. Back through a tree with there was Beckett Forsyth. They'll go partner pass there, looking for Lockyer just out of his reach. Comes free at the blue line for Red. It's going to be tipped in front there behind the net now. With it is Sears. Sears will pass to the slot there, looking for the one-timer with McDonald, but he whipped on it. As puck bouncing the neutral zone, it's going to be picked up. Here's Graves. Graves forced to circle back in his own end. We'll do a backhand partner pass. Go across the ice, played up ahead there, out of the reach, can be turned over. There's a hit there after the play. That's going to be sent right on net. And Green will cover that up. Both teams will make some changes here. White with an offense, his own chance, 5.5 to go in the first. And for the draw is Calvert up against Taylor. Puck dropped. Red wins it in the defensive zone. They're going to chip it ahead there. Foot race. Wakem looking to get there first. It's going to be picked up by Geyser. Geyser will shoot in an awkward angle there, but Esbaugh hard on his post to make the save. He'll cover up for the whistle 5:28 to go now. Final game of the night. Only 2 games today. Back-to-back. Both age groups are just getting settled in here in Antigonish. Puck dropped. One back to the point. Carroll makes a partner pass across there. This goes wide of the net. It's not the point shot from number 77. That's Oliver McMullen. Another Novas player out there. A lot of Novas and Bearcats out here. It's going to be a strong team up north this season for both those squads. Here comes Calvert streaking through. But there on the back check is Taylor to disrupt that. As DDD pass. Here is Carroll. Feeds it ahead there. Taylor finds it in neutral zone. Taylor over for Geezer. Geezer will let a shot go. Just goes wide off the rush. It's going to be sent back in deep, but Calvert was right there to pick it off. Calvert goes over across for Rhea. Rhea will skate to the middle of the ice. Rhea will fire one on. It's going to be stopped by Green. As Rhea got to get shot off there. As he gets the puck right back. As he gets stripped of it right away, though. As Mood was right there to take the puck from him. So here comes Red now in their own zone. McMullen will pass over to Carroll. Bryce Carroll will go right back to McMullen. McMullen hesitates. Pass to the middle there. It's going to be turned over off a stick, but offside is White, so the forced to retreat, which gives a little bit of time for Cohen Geezer to make a play. He'll drop it off. There's Mood, number 88 in red. Mood will lead the rush here. Mood gets stripped away from the puck as McDonald took that away from him, but sent him to the corner. Here's Braun. He'll go up the wall. Comes free for Mood. Plays it over across for Douglas. Douglas streaking through. Will elect to send it in deep. Looking forward is Mood. As it's going to be cleared away by White, though. Up to the middle. Here comes Tenwold down the left side. Tenwold will look to streak through there, but gets upended by number 70. That's Braun. Braun will lead the rush here, heads up, holding on to the puck. Braun will go through the middle there. It's going to be turned over. As here comes Little. Plays over across. Shot from distance will be easily handled by Green. Maybe no rebound. 3:24 to go. Both goalies standing tall so far. Probably just jinxed them, but so far so good. In for the draw for Team White in the offensive zone is Cohen Little up against Jake Wilmot from the Rangers. Puck is dropped. One back to the point for White. They have the puck in the offensive zone. Shot from distance there. The tip just goes wide. So hit the stick of Cohen Little on the way in. But once again, Green there with the glove to cover things up. Face off coming up here once again. Puck dropped. One back to the point once again by Team White. A shot from distance, tipped again, and once again Green makes a save as basically exact same play as it was one back to number 37, Braxton Robertson. He shot looking for a tip. And Cohen Little got to stick on it both times, but both times Green there to make the save with the glove. So it's 3:10 to go here, another face-off. This time one back by Red. Partner pass over to McMullen. McMullen will play it at the wall. Nice breakout here from Red, but just missing the streaking Camus. That'll be declared an icing by the linesperson. So another face-off in the red zone. No rules against no change icing here in this one, so both teams had to make some changes. The regular season, U15 Major League, no change icings. It's a little different here. So 3 20-minute periods, for those of you wondering. There's a flood in between each one, so a little intermission. Makes for about a 2-hour game or so. As puck played behind the net. White has it in the offensive zone. It's going to be played towards the goal. But covered up as Burke had the puck behind the net. He had 36 points last year for the Bandits as a first year. So him and Mood are quite the dynamic duo. They were put on separate teams here. Two of the best first-year players in Nova Scotia. This puck is dropped. Play up to the point for White once again. It's going to be backhanded and deep by Forsyth, but turned over. Here comes Red. Leading the rush is McMullen. McMullen will drop it off there. That's going to be offside. Another whistle here. 8:13 p.m. local time. These teams will each have a late meal after this, and they'll head to the curfew. I believe it's 10 p.m. tonight, and they got an early day tomorrow. I believe the schedule to wake up at 6:30, so the Hockey Nova Scotia does a great job, of course, to kind of simulate a professional-type camp to give these kids a taste of what it's like to play in the pros. So every minute is scheduled here in Antigonish. As it's going to be turned over on the zone entry. Here comes Red now, but played through the middle. It's going to be picked up. Here is McLean. McLean gets it into the wall there. Or sorry, that was Lockyer, number 35, not 36. So here comes Red now. If the puck is Green now, he'll start the rush. It's going to be picked off. Here comes Team White. As they would chip it in as Asher Sampson, but quickly turned over. Here comes McDonald with another turnover there. Another chance here for White. So into the zone entry. Red gets possession right back. That was a collision there to the blue line. As there is McDonald. Circling back with it now is McMullen. McMullen will go D to Carroll. Carroll, the puck bounce on him. But Red holds possession. It's going to be chipped ahead. I got to pick up the puck. There's White there, but on the forecheck is Geezer. Geezer will let a shot go there as that came loose for number 82, Miller Cannon. As White will take the other way now, as that didn't go in. Towards the blue line, chipped into the corner. There to pick it up is Braun. Braun will lead the rush as White is offside, so he takes his ice. Played up ahead. There's Cannon. Cannon will chip it in deep. Back to retrieve it there is Nathan McLean. He'll go up the wall as White gets possession right back. Here's Sampson. Played through the middle for Rhea. Rhea couldn't quite get possession as Red was all over him as he entered the zone on the left side. Rhea gets the puck right back towards the blue line though, sends in deep. Back to retrieve it is Braun. Braun will go D to D over to Carroll. As Braun takes a hit there after making the play. Carroll will lead the rush here. Carroll will put the brakes on at the blue line as he enters the zone. Sends it deep there and a collision. Another hit there along the blue line. So physicality picking up here as we are at 30 seconds to go in the first period. As we played the neutral ice. Grace will chip it ahead. 20 seconds to go now. There for the puck is West. West will circle back as he has guys right on him in the forecheck. And another hit there, neutral ice. Grace will play it back for Green now. Back to Grace. 5 seconds to go. Puck in neutral ice there once again. And one last chance here for White if they hurry. A little bit of room here, but they're out of time. As Felix McDonald had a step. But that's going to do it here for the first. So no score after 20 minutes of play. Esbaugh and Green with the first period donuts. As we'll take a quick break here for the intermission. We'll be right back in about 15 minutes or so. You're tuning in to High Button Sports here in Antigonish at St. FX campus. High performance tryouts, summer camp. We'll be right back after the intermission. Welcome back here. Second period here in Antigonish. U15 Hockey Nova Scotia Summer Camp tryouts, looking to crack the roster for Atlantic Challenge Cup in October. It's underway here. No score after 20 minutes. As we have two new goalies, of course, now. Number 76, Chase Grandy from the Truro Bearcats is in goal. And then number 3, Sean Gillis. Gillis was an AP for the Novas last season. So they had 3 first-year goalies. I believe they have 4 total goalies in their roster, but 3 first-year goalies. One is an AP, Gillis. He's out here representing his province. I'm going to crack the squad, so impressive stuff brewing in Antigonish in terms of goaltending. As puck is going to be played behind the net. As looking to clear was a White there. As they, of course, they change ends, so Team Red will be skating right to left. As here comes White now with the puck to the middle of the ice. There's McDonald. A shot from distance, first save for Gillis. As he'll cover up with the glove. If you're just tuning in here, so 6 goalies here trying out for the 2 spots. 3 of them, as I just mentioned, are from the Novas, and another 2 from Truro, and then the lone Gulls goaltender, White Edsbaugh. So the northern goalies are representing here in Antigonish. Puck is dropped. Comes free off the face-off shot from distance there from the blue line from Forsyth. That's blocked by his own teammate there. As Red will take it the other way. Here comes number 81. That's Camus. Also gets shut out of the puck there. Comes to the blue line. Here's Grace. Grace will fire one on. It just goes well wide of the net. There to pick it up is Camus. Camus will cycle it back in deep, and nobody was home to pick it up. So White will look to take over, but Leo Harple there on the forecheck to cause some trouble with that, but White eventually gets it out. It's going to be sent in deep there by Lockyer, the Truro Bandit. Played in the corner there to pick up his Conlon, the Wolverine, as he battles with his teammate in the corner. That's Harple. Comes free behind the net, chipped ahead for Camus on the wall in his own zone. But White will keep it in there on the blue line by Lockyer. As hit into the wall, picked up by Wilmot. Wilmot will partner it back. It's going to be picked up by Grace. Grace will saucer through the middle of the ice, looking to spring Camus, but it's going to be intercepted. Sent back in towards the red zone. There to pick it up is Graves. Graves finds Grace. That's going to be sent up ahead, but kept in by Wakeham at the point. Chipped through the middle of the ice now. As here comes Camus on the left side. Camus will shoot one on stop there by Grandy. Makes the save. As White will take it the other way now. Chipped ahead by Wakeham, but just out of the reach of his teammate. As a foot race here for the puck off the bench. Chance here. It's going to be offside at the line. As Sears came off the bench looking for that breakaway, but I guess the change wasn't a good one as he was offside. So we'll drop the puck here in neutral ice. As puck hits the ice here, one back by White in the neutral zone. DD pass. Here's Sim as his clearing attempt gets intercepted by Carroll. He'll send it back towards the White zone as Wakeham will take over now. Wakeham up the wall as they're to pick up that puck there. The interception was McDonald. That's Jackson McDonald, number 86 in red, as Sim will take over once again. Reese Sim will put the brakes on, looking for an option here in his own end. Sim will go through the middle. It's going to be picked up by Hannay. Hannay, another Rangers player out there, as Carroll will chip it in deep, and a little reverse hit there at the blue line. As Carroll there on the back check as well to get the puck right back. Bryce Carroll will back him one towards the zone. As Wakeham gets the puck first, he'll pitch it behind the net. Picked up by Jollymore. Jollymore will go through the middle there, picked up by Carroll. Carroll will go D to D, looking for his partner there, Luke Williams, but misses his stick. It's going to be picked up by Team Red now. Carroll had that go off his stick there, looking to chip it ahead as he goes head first in on the forecheck. That's going to be chipped out to neutralize. Chance here as Calvert will take over. Into the corner now. Calvert still has it. Plays it up top. Streaking through. Shot is blocked. Rebound cleared away as Red looking at the puck out, but it's going to be kept in as Calvert there on the forecheck once again. Puck comes free. Williams will go up the wall. He finds Lincoln McDonald. His puck is bouncing there. Stays in play. So here's Carroll. He'll chip it free as he takes a hit. As it's going to be picked up once again by Calvert in the corner. Calvert will centering pass there and misses the target. But there to Pick it up as Catch West. He'll send it in deep. Carroll looking to backhand one out there. Ends up on the stick. Number 86, McDonald. Jackson McDonald will go off the boards there. Then clear. Kept it at the line. Shot from distance will be gloved down. As Sean Gillis reached across his body to glove that one down. Looking like a baseball player. Speaking of baseball, how about those Blue Jays? 8 in a row for them. We were watching that game before we head over here to the rink. Pretty impressive stuff brewing in Toronto. As Jack Taylor in there for the face-off against Felix McDonald in the red zone. As one back by Team White. It's going to be chipped towards the corner. There to pick it up for red is Oliver McMullen. He'll try to clear. As he finds Geyser on the wall, but kept in by White. Sends it towards the opposite corner. Looking for it as 10 Wolds. He'll cycle it back deep. It's going to be turned over. Here comes red now. Played through the middle. As here comes Douglas. Or Cannon, rather. As Cannon lets a shot go, it's going to be gloved down by Chase Grandy, Truro Bearcats goaltender. Still no score here at Antigonish. Both goalies were perfect last period. That was Riley Green and Wyatt Esbaugh. As pump fake on the face-off dot. Here we go. It's dropped now. Comes free to the point. Shot towards the goal goes wide. As that was Braun who sent it towards the opposite corner. As here comes Brett Cormier, the Bombers defenseman. His clearing attempt is picked off by Taylor. Chance here is Geyser in the forecheck trying to make a nice move there out of the corner, but hit into the wall there in front of the Boston Pizza logo. It comes free for Team White. It's going to be played up ahead for 10 Wold. Had bouncing on him. Picked up by Shear. Shear on the right side, looking to get by the defense, but can't get the angle on Braun. A centering pass there. One-timer. Fandom would have hit a body and rebound is cleared away. As Red gets possession, looking to clear. But it's a shin pad, comes free. Here is Cannon. As played through the middle of the ice. Puck bouncing. As Cormier trying to whack at it, but Red will dump it in deep. Sent in there by Miller Cannon. As here comes White now. Plenty of time to make a play ahead. It's going to be a 2-on-0. Chance here alone. Shot! Stopped there on the breakaway. As rebound comes loose, and that'll hit the side of the cage. As there on the breakaway was Cohen Little. Him and Spencer Anderson, the Bombers' teammates, couldn't get the puck past Sean Gillis. As chance on the way for Red now. Here comes Austin. Austin will enter the zone, puts the brakes on, trying to leave it there for Mood, but just out of his reach. White will take it the other way now. Here's Little. Little down the left side, trying to get by Green now, but he chips away. Little gets the puck, will cycle in deep there for Conlon. Conlon takes a bump there along the wall, so that'll be steered up ahead. At the blue line, shot tipped just wide of the net. As there with the stick was Conlon parked in front, redirected just wide as White still has possession here. It's going to be chipped out of the zone by Mood, but quickly sent back in deep. Out to play it is Gillis, so leave it there for his defense. And he picked up by Green now, played up ahead, just out of the reach of Parker Douglas. That'll go all the way down the ice. Not enough for icing though. As here's Forsyth with the puck in his own end. Forsyth will skate up through the middle there as that'll be picked off as Grace in there to get the interception, but offside there as trying to enter the zone was Manton Austin, the Nova's player, playing in his home rink here in St. FX. Well, I believe they play most of their home games at the Antigonish Arena, but I'm sure they practice or play here a couple times. And as here's Wakem with the face-off, we'll go D to D there, picked off as on the forecheck was Harple, but he couldn't get a good shot off as Red keeps possession. Here's Harple again. Pass in front there. It's a stick rebound, and that's going to be stopped and covered up as Grandy able to slide across and make the save, covering the low part of the net. Some sticks being hit against the boards here for Team Red and White as well. They're trying to generate some momentum for their team as they have an offensive zone chance here, looking to break the ice. Antigonish. Wilmot in for the draw. Puck is dropped. Scramble draw comes free for Grace at the point. He'll send it along the wall. Here's Harple over across. Grace will streak in, holding onto it. Played up top there, but a little miscommunication. Chance of the way for White now. I was trying to pitch out the head was Burke, but can't get by his teammate. That was Jackson Camus. When I say teammate, I mean his past season with the Bandits. Not right now, of course. As here's Carroll up ahead. Finds Harple. Harple at his own blue line. Puck bouncing on him. That'll be a free puck right in front of us here. Sent towards Grace as he'll play it up ahead for Wilmot. Wilmot will chip it ahead to himself. Nice play. Wilmot still has it. Backhand pass. It goes right back to him. And let me cleared away as making the save was Grandy, and Wickham there to get the garbage out of there as Wickham pick up the puck in the neutral zone. Wickham will send it in deep. Out to play it as Gillis just goes over his stick, but there to pick it up was Calvert as comes free. Here's Camus up the wall, pitched back in deep. That's a nice play from White there. Pass in front. Shot stop. Rebound. Another save. The third chance. Let me covered up by Gillis. As a few good looks there from Sampson, Colrea, and Lakua Calvert. But Gillis with 3 great saves to keep this game scoreless. So another offensive zone chance here. Calvert there to take the draw against Little. Puck dropped. One back by Red there, but quickly turned over. His shot is stick down by Linus Braun. He'll circle back in his own zone. Partner over across for Williams. Back to Braun. As puck played through the middle of the ice, White gets possession, but in the forecheck there was McDonald. The puck comes free. A save there. As behind the net. Cycled in deep by Camus. Here is McDonald. Jackson McDonald will play it behind the net. Pass in front there. Just out of the reach. Looking for Sears. Had a stick on the way. So Sears has a shot go. The one-timer stopped by Grandy. As puck played over across. It's going to be picked up by Nathan McLean. He'll turn it over. As Sears let a shot go. Hits a stick. It goes wide of the net. That was Cash West who had a piece of that one. As great shift here for Red. As here comes McDonald. Jackson McDonald with it, holding onto it on the wall. Plays it up top. Pass there to Braun. Back to McDonald. Sent in deep. As Sears had a plate in front there, but hits a stick of West. It's going to be played back by White in their own zone. With it now is Asher Sampson. He'll take the puck behind his own net. Sampson will scan the ice. Sampson down the right side, goes to the middle. Splits to the defense. Sampson has the puck, but behind the net now as it's poked a little bit ahead of him as he gets taken to the wall. Puck free, sent back in deep as Sampson was just getting up, able to make the play. Over across there for Cormier, came pinching in. Brett Cormier plays it up top as White is changing here in the offensive zone. Shot from distance, and once again reaching across his body with the glove to make the save was Gillis. And he'll cover up. Not sure if Gillis is a baseball player, but he has the catching form of one. As another face-off here, Felix McDonald will head to head against Taylor. And the dot, that's another pump fake. This time they drop it. As comes free for Red off the face-off, right in the body of McMullen, who will circle back and make the partner pass. Over for Graves. Graves up ahead there, hits a stick. As sent in deep by Geyser, he takes a hit there. From Tenwold, puck in the corner. Played behind the net. There is Cormier. Up the wall for Tenwold. Tenwold will try to pitch it ahead, but it's going to be picked off by Taylor. Jack Taylor will try to pitch it through the middle there. Puck is bouncing. Shot on. This goes off the stick into the corner of Grandy. As that was Stan Graves. Let a shot go from the point. As Red has possession again. Sent in deep there by McMullen. Puck comes free. Chance here for Cannon. Trying to get loose in the backhand, but sticked away by Team White. As here comes Felix McDonald for Team White, trying to get the angle there on the corner. This one comes free for Taylor, then the turnover. And White has possession again, played in front there, but nice defensive play by Taylor to get back to alleviate that scoring chance. That's going to be sent out to the point, but past the intended recipient. That's going to be an icing call. We're halfway through this second period, which means we're halfway through the game. So they'll face off to the glove side of Sean Gillis. Team White in the offensive zone right now. And for the draw is Cohen Little. Puck dropped. Play back the point. Shot from distance is saved there from Gillis. Here comes Red now. Still no score here in Antigonish. Puck played the blue line. No clean entry there. It's a scrum for it in the neutral ice. Backhanded in deep right on the goal of Gillis, who just let that go past him. There to pick it up is Greenow. Greenow will go D to D. over to Connor Grace. Back to Greenow. Greenow will play it up ahead. Looking for Austin. It's going to be turned over, sent back in deep by Anderson. Up the wall. Looking to swipe that one back into the zone, but hit into the wall was Conlon. As Red has possession, here's Jackson Mood. Mood will lead the rush here. Looking to break the ice. And Ganish will put the spin move on in the corner, but met right there by a white player to nudge him off the puck. As Greenow had the puck go to right to him in the neutral zone, will send it right back in deep. As Forsyth will scan the ice looking for an option here. Nice escape move as he'll play up the wall. Right onto the stick of Cohen Little, who will lead the rush here for White. Little drops it off. Nice play there. Shot, and he scores. Finally have a goal as Maddox Burke breaks the ice. Great breakout there from Team White. Started on the opposite end. As puck played to him by Cohen Little, and he was able to use that draw pass to give Maddox Burke plenty of space, and when he has space, he's going to take advantage of it most of the time. He's a great sniper. He had lots of goals for the Bandits last season as a rookie. So 1-0's your score here. That's White first on the board. As in pinching in is Wakeham. Wakeham has it behind the net in the offensive zone. Wakeham puts the brakes on, plays it down low. Played over across, hits a stick there of Camus as he gets a nice defensive play there. Puck on the blue line, picked up by Wilmot. She turned over. Here comes Team White. With it is Liam Jollymore. Jollymore makes a move on there at the blue line, but nice defensive play by number 78. That's Luke Williams to disrupt him. Williams gets the puck. Williams will scan the ice, holding onto it. Williams still has it. Wolverine will backhand one towards a teammate there. Want to hit a body on the bench, so it's whistled down. Face off coming up here right in front of the Team Red bench. Puck is dropped. One back by White in neutral ice. With the puck is West. West will partner it over across there for McLean. Ends up on the stick of Calvert, who will chip it ahead. Here comes Lukua Calvert on the right side. Trying to get by the defense, but can't seem to solve McMullen there. Puck comes at the blue line. Here comes Red. It's going to be played ahead by Jackson McDonald. Over across for Lincoln McDonald. 87-86, both McDonalds. As White gets possession now in the feet of Rhea. As turned over neutral ice. As Sears will look to chip it in deep, but he kind of fanned on that dump-in attempt. His D-to-D pass here. Nice escape move from Sampson. Pass up ahead off the skate into the zone. That went off of Calvert's skate. Is in the corner now. 5:60 to go. Or 60. 40. Has shot from distance there, once again reaching across his body to let that down as Gillis. Face off coming up. Gillis' glove side. It's Taylor in there for the face off against Felix McDonald. Puck dropped. Scrambled draw. Comes free behind the net. Just a couple players colliding. Behind the goal is Carroll. It's taken down by Tenwold. So it'll be sent back in behind the net. Carroll. So that's Connor Grace, number 73, not 72, there to pick it up. As Grace gets it right back. We'll chip it up ahead there. It's going to be picked off by his Bomber teammate Cormier as he'll look to start the rush, but it's going to be picked off again. Grace gets it right back, sent in deep by Parker Douglas. Played it up the wall. White looking to clear. As with the puck now is Jack Shearer. Puck comes free and neutralized for Grace as he'll poke it ahead there for his partner Sam Graves, sent back towards the opposite corner. As Cormier with a quick stretch pass. Chance here for White. Here's Shear. Shear drops it off. Toe drag. Shot Fandon. As the toe drag release. No good there. Here comes Cormier. Cormier with the puck up top. Well, shooting on. That would just go high and wide. As there with the puck is Geyser. Chance here for Red. 2-on-1 developing. As pass in front there. Shot scored. Great patience there from Jackson Mood. So he finds Miller Cannon. And this game is tied. So a grade A chance on the other side for Team White. Unsuccessful, and Team Red goes right back down and ties the game up. As Miller Cannon on the 2-on-1 with Jackson Mood made no mistake off the great feed. 4:24 to go in the second period. We have a tie game. Once again, 1-1 is your score. This puck is dropped. One back by White here. It's going to be a quick turnover. As here's Mood again. Mood plays it down low for Austin. Austin takes a reverse hit there. Mood, no look pass in front of the net. Picked off as here comes White. But then now is Spencer Anderson. He'll send it in deep. As Little in there on the forecheck. A couple bombers there. As here's Anderson. Plays it up top. Shot is blocked there, and watch out. Went right into the bench. And 1 second past the 4-minute mark. Another whistle here, so 3:59 to go. So we await the puck drop here. Face-off will be inside. In for the draw is Little against Mood as they another pump fake on the puck drop there. So they'll pick a new player to take the face-off. Puck is finally dropped. It's played back on the net. Carroll has it. Carroll will kind of chip it off the glass. There's a collision. Not sure if you saw that. I didn't move my camera. As PDD passers Greenow will circle back in his own zone. 3:45 to go. Move on Carroll. Carroll up through the middle there. It's going to be picked off. Shot from distance there. It's going to be redirected in the corner by Gillis. This is Greenow. He'll hold on to it. Greenow will skate up the ice. He'll chip it up ahead. Nice play there. And that's going to be sent in deep by Manton Austin, sorry. As Red looking to get it on the forecheck here. It's going to be turned over as White will get possession. Pinching in is Carroll, looking to keep the play alive, and he does. Play down low for Mood. He'll circle behind the net as he has two White players on him. Looking to knock him off the puck. When you score a lot of points, you get a lot of attention out there. As chance here the other way for White. This here comes Sek Lockyer. Pass in front there, picked off as Lockyer was pinching it on Dees. That's going to be played in the middle of the ice as Wakeham gets it. Wakeham will chip it back as Carroll has the puck. DD pass over to Greenow. That's going to be turned over. Here comes Hannay. Hannay will look to chip it in deep there, but met by Carroll as he takes a bump from him. Carroll finds the puck. Played over across for Williams. Luke Williams will turn it over there as Wakeham gets the interception as they'll lead the rush. Here comes Mason Wakeham. Wakeham still has the puck there. Shot up high, and Gillis makes the save. As the rookie defenseman leader in points last season for the Whalers came streaking through. But Gillis made the save, and there'll be no rebound. In for the face-off is Liam Hannay against Jack Wilmot. A couple of Rangers going out on the draw. As puck comes free at the blue line there. White looking to poke it back in deep. A couple of bodies being flown. Not sure that's the right grammar there, but we'll work with it. We're approaching the 2-minute mark of this second period as Wakeham gets another interception. We'll set it right back in deep. There to pick it up as Williams. So go across. Looking for Braun. Braun will chip it ahead, looking to clear his Red. Kept at the line. It's back to retrieve as Williams once again behind his own net. Williams will play it up the wall. Looking for Camus, but it's going to be turned over. Wakeham once again. Shot from distance there, tipped off the post. You can hear that iron sing all the way from Sydney. As puck from the blue line. Pass in front there, holding on to it. Shot up high. That'll hit the noggin of Gillis, and that'll go out of play. As Maddox Burke came streaking through there. Let a shot go hit the cage of Gillis. Went out of play. They saw come up here. Calvert back out there. He'll take the face off against Jackson McDonald. Puck dropped. The face-off, White gets possession chance here as Puck is kind of in the corner now. Here's Sampson. Sampson plays it in front. Bree looking for it there, but it's a skate. Red gets possession. As here comes Red, chipped ahead by Sears. Pass in front there, looking to get Sears back, but just out of his reach as McDonald has it. McDonald centering pass through there. Doesn't quite make it to the intended target, as I'll be sent back towards the White zone. Plenty of time for Cash West to make a play, and he will. Here's Calvert over to Rhea. Rhea not out the puck there by Graves. Chance here for Red now. As Sears pass in front there. McDonald couldn't reach that one. That was Jackson McDonald. As White has possession again. Less than 40 seconds to go in the period. As pass in the middle of the ice picked up by Sears. As Sears and their another offside. Second time Sears has been robbed of a breakaway because of offside. As you can see, the bench door is right behind the blue line there, so when teams are changing, it's tough for them to stay on side sometimes. So here's Jack Taylor to take the face-off up against Felix McDonald. Puck dropped. One back for White. So we picked up ahead by Robertson. As Greenall will chip it ahead. White is offside, so plenty of time for Grace to make a play, and he will. As Cole sends it over for Douglas. Douglas will send it in deep. As Cormier will play up the wall, looking to clear. 10 seconds to go now. As that's going to do it here for the second period. So 1-1's your score after 2 periods of play. We'll be right back in about 10 minutes or so after the Zamboni flood. You're tuned into High Button Sports here at Andy Ganesh NFX campus. Hockey Nova Scotia summer camp tryouts. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back here to Antigonish, St. FX campus. We're here, Hockey Nova Scotia summer camp Hockey Nova Scotia summer camp tryouts. I'm still in summer mode here, as you can tell. As it's the third period, 1-1 to score. First game of 4 for these two inter-squad teams. Looking to crack the roster after an early hit there. Crack the roster for the Atlantic Challenge Cup to represent Nova Scotia and Thanksgiving weekend in October. As whistle will blow, or the icing call. So the whole selection process, if you're curious, they start with 96 players who try out in May at the RBC Center in Dartmouth. They cut it down to 48 it is here. 24 forwards, 16 defense, and 6 goalies. And then 12 forwards, 60, and 2 goalies make it on to represent Nova Scotia. And this is the final tryout to crack that roster. As we have 2 new goalies, of course, in goal is Dylan Monmarquette, number 8 for Team Red, and number 79, Landon Wilson. Monmarquette and Wilson both played for the Novas this year. As I mentioned a couple times, 3 Nova goalies. One was an AP trying out for Team Nova Scotia. That's going to be whistled down for offside. Or too many men. Oh. Looks like a bench minor a minute into the third period. So too many men is the signal from the ref. Let's see what happens here. So the number 85, that's Leo Harper, will serve the penalty. But a bench minor for Team Red. So a great chance for Team White to take the lead here early on in the third. 1-1 to score. The puck is dropped here. Play up to the points. There to pick up is McLean. Or that's Lockyer, rather. Pass up ahead for Forsyth. Forsyth plays to the half wall. Pass in front of the slot's going to be picked off and sent down the ice by Red. It's back for Chavis Forsyth. He'll scan the ice, take the puck from his goaltender. Maddox Burke looking for that puck, and he will collect it behind the net. Burke has the lone white goal so far as he gets stripped of the puck by Sears. Sears will fire one well wide of the net. Comes free. It's going to be picked up by number 86. That's Jackson McDonald. Send it back in deep, so Red doing a good job in the penalty kill. So here is Forsyth behind his own net. Going to start the rush here on the power play. Forsyth pitches over to Lockyer. Lockyer, cross ice pass, just misses the stick of Hannay. Hannay will collect it and put a move on the blue line, but he forced himself out of the zone, so forced to retreat. As White will pick it up again. Here's Reese Sim. Sim will play it through the middle. Picked up by Burke. Burke will go over across for Lockyer. Lockyer looking to dump it in, hits a body on the way, and that's going to be sent down the opposite ice once again. Out to play is Wilson. Wilson leaves it for Sim. Sim will get the puck knocked off his stick as he's looking to start the rush. It's a fresh ice out there. It's a little sticky. Watch out. As that's going to be turned over. Here's Red now, shorthanded. That's going to be played out of the zone. Nice heads-up play by Braun to kill a little clock here, and then he'll circle back and send it right back down the ice. I killed off a good 10 seconds of penalty kill for Team Red. As here's Wakeham behind his own goal. Wakeham try to play it up for Sim. It's a stick of a Red forechecker. As this going to be pitched up through neutral ice, picked up by Conlon. So just skimmed by my face there, sent down the ice. There's Wakeham back to retrieve it. Here's Mason Wakeham. Puts the brakes on, sends it over across for Conlon. Conlon through the middle of the ice. Picked up. As trying to start the rush there was Sampson, but he had it knocked over his stick. As we're back to 5-on-5 now, so Red kills the bench minor. As pass across the ice looking for Sears, just misses his stick. Oh, sorry, that was Parker Douglas rather, as White gets possession. DD pass. Played up the wall, sent in by Cohen Little. As the foot race for the puck here. Watch out, comes loose there, but there with the stick is Dylan Monmarquette. Behind the net now, Red has it. Up the wall, looking for Austin. Comes free there. That will be sent Wide of the net by McLean, the Team White defenseman. Comes free behind the goal. Here's Graves. He'll scan the ice, plays it up top for Austin. Austin will lead the rush on the left side, sent in deep. They're going to pick it up as Cash West. Number 40 for Team White. He'll go over across from Nathan McLean back to Cash West. Pitched up ahead for Calvert. Calvert will lead the rush here. Calvert down the left side will chip it in deep and goes to retrieve it. Little chip and chase action. Calvert looking to center the puck there. It's a skate. Shot is off on the side of the goal there. Fought off by Mombercat in the clearing attempt. Is played up ahead for Mood. Here's Jackson Mood. Made a great pass over across for the tying goal in the second period. As Green now they're to pinch in the neutral zone. He'll send it right back in deep. They're to pick it up is Braxton Robertson. He'll go up the wall as Green now once again pinching in. Keeps the play alive for Red in the offensive zone. Loose puck free for Taylor. Nice drag move to escape. Taylor has it. Pass in front there, looking to poke that one into the goal. Was Miller Cannon in a collision there along the wall. Comes free for Green now. He'll walk in and shooing on, looking for the top corner. Goes wide of the net. As Rhea there for the rebound, pokes it free. Here's Greenow. Greenow will elect to dump it in. Out to play it, or thought about playing it at least, was Landon Wilson, but let his defenseman get it instead. Here's Rhea. Up ahead for Calvert. He'll dump it in, go for a change. All 5 White players head to the bench as picked up by Red. Here's Greenow in his own zone. Will fall down, trying to make the play. Doesn't be turned over. Pass in front. Looking for Tenwold. Bounced off his stick. Is looking to center that puck, but it's going to be turned over. Puck stays in the zone. Tenwold looking for it, but Greenow there to send it down the length of the ice, and that will just roll past the goal line and be enough for icing. 14-12 to go in the third. Tie game. First of 4 games of inter-squad action between Team Red and Team White at the Yale Under 15 High Performance Summer Camp. And for the face-off in the offensive zone is Felix McDonald up against Jake Wilmot, pardon me. Face-off won back by Red in their own end. Behind the goal, looking for it is Luke Williams. Puck comes free for White. Here's McDonald. Felix McDonald has it on the wall. Sent into the corner, looking for Tenwold. Hopped over his skate. Red will take over possession. As turned over neutral ice. Here comes Shear. Shear looking to center the puck. He gets stretched by his teammate Williams. He'll lead the rush. There's Luke Williams on the left side. Williams will shoot on right into the glove. Landon Wilson, there'll be no rebound. Wilson with the glove stop. So a face-off here inside the Team White zone. Wilmot out there again to take the draw against teammate on the Rangers. That's Hannay. As here comes White out the face-off win. Pass in front there. Nice saucer. But there on the back check was number 81, Jackson Camus, to disrupt that scoring chance for White. So here is Braun behind his own goal. Turned over. Here's Camus. Or Burke, rather. Burke will shoot one. It's like a funny hop, and Marquette forced to make the save with a blocker. There is Braun again. Braun plays it up. Looking for Harpel. Turned over again by Team White. There's a chance here on the awkward angle at the side of the cage. And that one up was Felix McDonald. As collision from the Boston Pizza logo. Another hit along the walls. Braun will play up the wall. As he finds a stick of Jackson Camus. That'll be sent down the length of the ice. Another icing call here. 12:45 to go. Third period action. Tie game in Antigonish. And for the draw is Cohen Little. As that will be one back by Jackson McDonald, his Bomber teammate, but one right back into the netting, so we'll redo that face-off. Puck drop once again. One by White in the offensive zone. Play up to the point for West. West will shoot one towards the goal, looking for the tip there. Misses all his sticks and goes wide. Red looking to clear. It's going to be attempts to be chipped out by Grace, but puck stays in. Chance in front there, but it's a collision. As shot from the point is blocked. Watch out there, is a dangerous fall after the hit. Everyone seems to be okay. It's a funny hop of the board. Chance in the backhand. Marquette makes a save. Team White still has the puck. Here's Conlon. Conlon played to the point for McLean. McLean will shoot one through traffic, goes wide of the cage. As that will end up towards the blue line. West will poke it free as he takes a hit there after the play. As that will be sent right on goal by Marquette. Or stopped by Marquette, rather. It's going to be played up the wall. White will get possession again. That's going to be sent in towards the opposite corner by Spencer Anderson. Picked up by teammate Cohen Little. Little will look to center that puck, but Marquette gets the blocker on and covers up. Approaching the halfway mark of this third period. No goals in this frame. There was no goals in the first period as well, just the two to report. Both happened in the second period. Low scoring start here to this inter-squad series. Puck is dropped. Comes free at the face-off, as here is Grace. Plays it for Greenow. Team Red playing with 7 of 8 defensemen because Evan Sargent Greenwood unable to play with the upper body injury as a race for the puck there. Able to get back just in time was Brett Cormier. As this will be turned over by Red right away, but White gets it right back as Calvert makes the play. Up ahead chance here, 2-on-2 developing. This here's Sampson. Sampson to bust his way through, but Marquette gets a stick on it. He plays in the corner, right on the stick of Grace. Grace for Greenow. Greenow looked to ship it out of the head, but he had a forechecker on him, so he gets taken on the wall by Cole Rhea. Rhea has the puck on the half wall now. Looking to make a play. Nice move. Another nice drag there, but it's a skate. That's going to be covered up as the puck ended up on net. And the whistle down by Marquette. Both teams make some changes here inside the red zone. And for the draw is Jack Taylor up against number 45. That's Liam Hannay. As puck played in front of the net there, looking for McDonald. And that will be whistled down as it stopped on the side of the net. Red keeps the same squad out there. Team White changes their D as Forsyth and Lockyer out there now. Puck dropped. Scrambled draw comes free for Red as Taylor will backhand one out the zone. Forsyth will pirate over across for Lockyer. Sent in deep for the Bandits, or the Bearcat defenseman rather, as Marquette will look to play the puck, but quick whistle on the referee. Stops play once again. Another face-off coming up here, still 1-1. Puck dropped. Played up the wall. Lockyer goes to the D, but it's going to be intercepted there, but poked free by Forsyth. As here comes Taylor down the right wing. Bumped into the wall, but able to keep his balance. It's a nice move out of the corner from Geyser, but quickly turned over. Here comes White the other way. Chipped into the zone. Back to retrieve as Carroll. Hook up the wall. Exits the red zone. D-to-D pass. Lockyer will send it to the opposite corner. Foot race for the puck. Carroll against McDonald. Carroll gets hit in the wall. A little awkwardly there. Seems to get up right away. Seems okay. That looked like a dangerous collision as Lockyer will shoot on. It's going to be blocked at the blue line. Puck comes free for Forsyth. This will send it towards the cage. As it's going to be blocked into the corner by Marquette. His intensity ramping up here after a few big hits. As here comes Geyser leading the rush. Geyser will fire one on and then right into the glove of Landon Wilson, who makes the save. A little scrum here after the save, crashing the net. It's Jake Wilmot. As once again, he'll take the face-off against his Rangers teammate Hannay. Another pump fake here. So they'll have to redo that face-off. 9:33 to go. The third period, tie game. Puck is dropped. Wakeham gets the puck off the face-off. Trying to partner for Sim out of his reach, so Red keeps possession for now, cycled in deep. As Sim picks up the puck. Sim will look to play through the middle, but it's going to be picked off, sent down the opposite zone. So here's Wakeham. Wakeham will poke it ahead as Sim gets to the neutral zone, picked up by Austin, or Braun rather. Braun holding on to it. So gets chipped with the puck there as puck is bouncing neutral ice, poked free to reach Sim there to pick it up. Sim will go off the wall, right onto the stick with number 77, Oliver McMullen. So look to chip it ahead, but Reese Sim right there on the interception as well. So they're just playing a little pinball. Puck comes free. Wakeham gets there first, goes backhand. Will be turned over as Braun sends it in deep. Sim back to retrieve it. Out to play it is Wilson. We'll leave it for Sim. Sim gets hit into the wall there, but able to make the play over to Wakeham. Wakeham finds Cohen Little. Little, nice move as he's just unable to beat the defender. That was great. Puck did not bounce his way. As here is McLean back to retrieve it. McLean through the middle of the ice, looking for Little. Hops over his stick, and that will once again be icing. So we'll have another face-off inside the team white zone. One score here. Low-scoring, defensive, tight matchup. No one wants to give an inch here in Antigonish. As puck off the face-off, play up the wall, but turned over. Red has possession. This here is McDonald looking to make a play, but gets hit into the wall. White will take it the other direction. Sent in deep. As whistled down. Might have been offside, maybe an icing, I don't know. Either way, yeah, it looks like it would be an icing because they're dropping the puck in the opposite end. Face-off coming up here. Puck dropped. 8 minutes to go now here in the third. DD pass, shot is blocked. Rebound came loose. It's bouncing in the slot, but White gets possession right back. His quick transition. Here's Little. Little with a burst of speed, looking to get by the defense. Centering pass intended for Conlon. Defended away into the corner as Conlon finds a loose puck up top for McLean. McLean will fire a shot wide of the net, pinching in as West to keep the play alive. West sends it towards the corner. Puck goes high in the sky as able to knock that down to Sears. So poke it ahead. Chance here. Nice move from McDonald on the backhand, and that will just go in. Nice backhand shot there. And a big celebration after that one. Team Red takes the lead. That was Lincoln McDonald. Forehand, backhand move on the breakaway. Just able to squeak that one by Landon Wilson. Grayson Sears poked that puck right to him. So 2-1 score here late in the third as they'll redo that face-off once again. Refs are getting everyone at the pump fakes today. It's Calvert against Mood for the draw. One back by Red to Greenow. Greenow over to Carroll. Bryce Carroll will go through the middle, finds Mood. Mood dishes it off. His puck is bouncing and comes free as Calvert will poke it back for Cormier. Cormier will try to poke it in deep, but met there by Mood on the back check. Jackson Mood has it behind his own net. He had the most points by a first-year player in the high-button U15 Major League last season. As puck played up ahead. Here is Austin down the left side. That's going to be turned over by Cormier as he laid the body. Played up ahead for Rhea. Rhea looking to find Calvert, but just misses his stick. His puck bouncing for Carroll, neutral ice. Sent in deep by Parker Douglas. Directed into the corner by Wilson. Behind the net now. Looking forward is McLean. Or Robertson, rather. That's hit into the boards. There on the forecheck was Calvert once again as Mood behind the goal. Picked off by Cormier. Cormier up the wall. That will stay into the zone. Robertson will go backhand up the wall, looking to clear. As Rhea going to center that puck, but gets hit into the boards. Comes free, neutral ice. Back for Greenow. Greenow turns it over. Chance here. Here's Rhea, but it knocked out the puck there by the back checking Greenow. There's puck in the corner. Looking forward to Sampson. Gets it into the boards. As Greenow will spin behind his own net as he faked out 2 defenders as he plays it up ahead. Here's Austin. Austin will send it in deep. 5:45 to go here in the third. 2-1 game here in Antigonish. Here's Williams. Williams will hold on to the puck. Backhand into the feet of Rhea. As comes free for Cole Rhea down the right side. Nice move. Rhea still has it. Well, shooting on. That will hit the top of the blocker. Nice chance there. But Marquette makes a save. Centering pass for Rhea. Pokes free. Rhea will hold on the backhand. And Marquette makes a save. Nice set of mitts in tight there from Cole Rhea. Played for the Maine Chiefs this season in the U.S. The only player who did not play in the high button U15 Major League this season. As White looking to tie the game up here. They have an offensive zone chance on this face-off as puck is dropped. Comes free in the corner. Looking for it is Tenwold. Cycles it down low, centering pass. It's his skates. There to pick it up is Taylor. He'll chip it up free. This here is Cannon. Cannon finds Taylor. Gets the reverse hit. As Taylor feeds it for Geezer. Geezer behind the net. Will poke it free. His chance here. Shot! Just goes over the goal. But that was Miller Cannon all alone. Looking to give Red a 2-goal lead here late in the third. Puck on the wall. Williams has it in the corner. He'll go all the way across. That's going to be kept in by his Wolverine teammate, Luke Williams. So sorry. That's Reese Sim. Sorry, Forsyth, number 34. There's too many Wolverine players out there. I'm mixing them up. So that's Forsyth, number 34 for White. He's going back for the puck now. So backhand looking to dish it off there for his partner. But he got tangled up. So that's going to be turned over. Puck comes free. There is Geezer. The top of the blue line. Puts the brakes on. Nice move there to hold possession. Lays it down there for Graves. Graves back to Geezer. Back to Graves. Shot goes high and wide in the net. He might have hit a stick. That's there to defend him. The winger, Kenrick Tenwold. So that went out of play. 4:04 to go in the third. Team Red off of the goal from Lincoln McDonald have the 1-goal lead here in the third period. They have an offensive zone chance looking to extend that lead. With a face-off shot right off the crossbar, I believe. Hits some sort of iron. Comes up top for McMullen. Shot blocked. This comes free to the point there for Graves. We'll send it in deep. Behind the net is Wakeham. Mason Wakeham, the offensive defenseman, will lead the rush. Pitches it ahead for Jollymore. We'll send it in deep right to the skate of Graves. It'll be picked up by Jackson Mood. Mood will play it back to himself behind the goal. Sorry, it's Camus, not Mood, number 81. As White has possession now in the offensive zone. Pass in front there, just hops over the stick of Hannay, looking to tie the game up. His chance the other way for Red. Back and forth action here in the third as things opening up a bit more. As Wakeham looking to poke that puck free, but met right there by McMullen. Sent towards the corner. Chance here, pass. Wilmot's shot hit the glove. As that will be head to the corner. Sam looking to clear. That'll be kept in at the blue line there for McMullen. And his point shot will be gloved down and covered up by Landon Wilson. 3:06 to go. It's almost meal time here in Antigonish. As both teams will get a late meal before heading back to the residence for the 10 p.m. curfew, I believe it's tonight, maybe 10:30. As I mentioned before, every single minute here is scheduled by Hockey Nova Scotia, trying to simulate a pro experience. Is at the face-off, puck comes loose there, and they score. Once again, Lincoln McDonald. That's 2 goals for him this period. And Red is up 3-1. Truro Bearcat, number 87 in red, with the insurance goal right now, but still plenty of time for Team White to claw back into this game. This puck is shot at center ice, so 3-1 score now. McDonald back-to-back goals in the third period. That's Lincoln McDonald, not Jackson McDonald. As here's Green now in his own end. Finds Grace, he'll chip it ahead. Sears will poke it through the neutral zone, picked up by Anderson. Anderson will go D to West. They'll be backhanded in deep by Conlon. It's picked up by Grace. Grace will spin back behind his own goal. Has a forechecking Cohen Little right on him. Turned over. Chance here in front for White, and they score. Cohen Little on the forecheck. Found Spencer Anderson, and the two Bombers connected there. And it is now 3-2. So 2 quick goals back to back. 1 goal game once again. Great play on the forecheck from Little to find Anderson. And with 2:27 to go, we have ourselves a great finish in the store. 3-2 hockey game in Antigonish. These are the moments that the coaches want to see players excel in these tight games. So let's see what kind of performance these players can put on now. As at the face-off, it's going to be one back for Williams. Over to Carroll. Carroll will go through the middle of the ice there. Picked up. Nice pickup from McDonald. It's Jackson McDonald. As he'll head first on the boards there, but he's okay, it looks like. As here comes Calvert now for Team White. Calvert on the right side will chip it towards the corner. 2 minutes to go now in the third. 1 goal game. Calvert towards the goal off the side of the cage. His rebound came loose. Now it's going to be whistled down. It's Cole Rhea poking away at the puck, looking to tie things up here. Less than 2 minutes to go, third period. Bragging rights on the line here at Meal Hall for the first game. Puck drop. Jackson moved back out there for the face-off. You want to talk about big moment players. He certainly is one of those guys. This can be played back for Braxton Robertson. He'll send it in deep. Out to play it. As Mommercat will go up the opposite wall. As it's going to be picked up. Here comes Mood. Nice move there on the zone blue line. It's going to be turned over for a moment, then picking right back up. As here comes Cole Rhea down the left side. Rhea will throw one towards the goal there. Just skims through the crease. As here's Calvert to pick it up. Sent in deep for Rhea. Rhea back to Calvert there. Turned over. As Austin will play it up ahead. Here is Parker Douglas. Douglas will send towards the empty cage. And I wasn't even paying attention. That is an empty net goal. So 4-2 is your score now. Parker Douglas with a freebie. Not sure what the plan was there with the empty net, but 4-2 is your score. So that eliminates any type of close finish here, unfortunately. And well, another pump fake off the face-off. So empty net goal, Parker Douglas. Had 8 points as a rookie this year with the goals. As minute 10 to go now. Team White still have a little bit of time here to tie things up, but they made it a little harder on themselves by pulling the goalie. As here comes Taylor. Played up ahead. There's Geyser. Geyser will shoot one on from distance off the glove and goes wide of Wilson. As Taylor has it behind the net now. Less than a minute to go in the third. That's going to be picked up by Tenwold. Tenwold will go through the middle. Hits a skate. Gets it right back, though. Tenwold looking to saucer it through. Hits a body. Back to retrieve now is Linus Braun. Braun having a little trouble with it there. It's going to be offside, though, with 39 seconds remaining. Lions people discussing the call. They're being evaluated as well here this weekend. I believe they've switched referee crews every period. Puck dropped. One back for White there, just out of the reach of Forsyth. Is in the forecheck chance here for Cam, is streaking through there, but hits the goaltender on his way through towards the crease. He falls down as here comes Team White with a chance. Comes free. Here is Jollymore. Jollymore will drag and shoot. One just goes wide of the cage. His rebound came free. Backhand shot. They score. Late goal for Maddox Burke. Number 42 for White. And another a close finish in store here, perhaps. They can get a quick one. So a flurry of late goals here all of a sudden after not much offense to the first period and a half. as we'll drop the puck here. 15 seconds to go. Last chance here for White. Here's Wakeham. Over across the left side is Hannay. Hannay will dump it in deep. Less than 10 seconds to go. Goalie to the bench. 6-on-5 for 10 seconds. As that's going to do it here as the clock will strike zeros. And Team Red holds on. 4-3 is your final score. Lincoln McDonald, number 87 for Red, with 2 goals to lead the way. They'll have bragging rights heading into Meal Hall tonight. And that's going to do it for our coverage tonight. Thank you for tuning in to High Button Sports. My name is Mason Denike. And from all of us here, once again, thanks for watching. We'll be back at it tomorrow with 4 games. But for now, we'll head to Meal Hall for a nice meal and 10:30 curfew. Hope everyone has a great night, and we'll see